Hi, back at my feet. This is Brooke from Chicago, bringing you another Friday workshop. This week's workshop is on professional behaviors, specifically in the workplace, and then professional behaviors also on social media as well. So let's get started. Okay. So professional behaviors. What does it mean to be professional? Being professional can mean that you are highly skilled or that you have experience in a specific field of work. A lot of you are professionals in your job, so you already meet the criteria. Being a professional also means behaving professionally, and such as treating everyone with respect and not judgmentally. A company's culture influences what is considered professional and unprofessional behavior. So all of you watching this are already professionals, and here are some tips on how to have professional behavior in the workplace and also, like I said, on social media. So professional behavior versus company culture. So professional behavior, professionals show confidence, have a strong work ethic, are dependable when performing the responsibilities of their jobs. Professionals do their jobs well and may go above and beyond job duties. And then professionals also show respect by being on time and following company policies and procedures. And then there's also a thing called company culture, which a lot of you will learn the company culture maybe once you're in orientation, once you get more on the job. But company culture is basically company's values, beliefs, or attitudes. It's what brings employees together and underlies how people work together. And company culture might be unwritten rules, it might be stated, and it's important that you learn a company culture to fit in work, to excel at work, and then reflect on your own values while you learn about your company's culture to determine if working for that company is a good fit for you and for the company. So like I said, a lot of times you'll learn about the company in the interview process. Also, once you get an orientation, will probably give you a company handbook. And there I can guarantee that you would kind of know about the company's values, their beliefs, their attitudes. If you're still unsure, maybe talk to HR and try to figure out what your company culture is. So a way to learn your company's culture is to research, observe, and question. So to research the company culture, you could refer to your company's diversity policies or stated set of cultural values. This could be on the company's website. Like I said, it could be in the handbook as well. If you're unsure, you could use Google. In the workshop that I showed last week about the interview process, it talks about going on the website, and a lot of these companies will have a page on their website where they talk about their values, their beliefs. So if you're unsure, just go to the website. Look for information about the company's background and how it's changed over the years, and learn about the company's leaders, programs for employees. Maybe they have certain things that help people to excel and to exceed or to grow, and involvement in the community. A lot of companies give back. They do things with their employees to give back, volunteer days, stuff like that. Observe is another way to learn your company culture. Observe your surroundings. Watch how other employees, pay attention to how managers and leaders behave. Look for the verbal and nonverbal signs of communication among your coworkers. So what kind of language they use, polite tone, appropriate eye contact, body language, all that kind of stuff. You can also notice the atmosphere of your environment. Is it formal? Is it informal? I'm assuming that, a law office versus a restaurant might be a little bit different. And then different, types of industries might have a different atmosphere. Is it more formal? Is it more informal? Is it more laid back? Is it more strict? Stuff like that. And then assess the work environment. Is it more team-oriented? Do they really focus on, working together, growing as a team, or is it more independent work? And then you can ask questions to learn about your company culture to your coworkers and to yourself. Like, what do you enjoy about working here? How would you describe the company to someone who doesn't work here? What is the overall attitude? And how does the company culture align with my values? Some good questions to ask. Now, here are some professional behaviors at work that are really good to emulate. Communicate properly, avoid negativity, be adaptable, set boundaries, have a strong work ethic, a positive attitude, and be proactive. So communicate appropriately is a good professional behavior at work. So communicating effectively includes treating others with respect, speaking in a professional business tone, and not interrupting and using body language to let the other person know that you're being respectful of them and their time. Setting boundaries is another good way to have a professional behavior at work. Can be viewed as limits you establish to separate your personal and professional lives. So it will help you, by setting these boundaries, it will help you perform your job successfully and keep you from getting into situations that may put your job at risk. So situations such as socializing outside the office, if you have a holiday party or go out to eat with your coworkers, or even using social media, you should always set professional boundaries. So setting boundaries when it comes to personal relationships. So take your time building personal relationships at work and know your company's policies around personal relationships, such as dating your coworkers or supervisor, or even accepting personal gifts. So, relationships at work could be great. Personal relationships, you have someone to connect with at work, someone to, befriend, but also make sure that you're doing it appropriately and that it's within your company policy. Even if there are no rules on personal relationships in your company, there may be unwritten rules, and it may lead to miscommunication, and that can escalate. So you don't want to do anything to jeopardize your reputation or your ability to get your job done. I would say either talk to HR or refer to your manual, your handbook that they give you, to look at company personal relationships. So setting boundaries, professional relationships. So set boundaries for what you post and who could see it, such as coworkers. Some people might get offended. So every workplace is different, and if it doesn't feel professional to you, it probably isn't. So trust your gut on that one. Some general professional boundaries to set for yourself are to be careful not to overshare personal information, keep it appropriate. Limit how others communicate with you outside of work, such as through your personal phone number or social media. Avoid discussions at work about politics, religion, other controversial topics. Again, people have opinions that you might not know about. It could escalate. Be respectful in your interactions with coworkers, supervisors, and customers. That's a given, but that's, it goes a long way. And then focus on the company culture and vision. All right. So you might socialize out of work. You might go to lunch with your coworkers. You might see a movie together. You might have a holiday party. And some might be coordinated by the company. And some might be, just on your own. So if you decide to go, it's always a good idea to keep the event professional, keep your relationships professional, especially if it's coordinated by the company. You are representing your work, you're representing the company, and they want you to, behave as so. So social media, we all use it in some form, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we all use it. Social media, it allows us to share a lot about our personal lives and socially and in our professional networks. But keep in mind that a lot of companies monitor social media. So it's a good idea to maintain professional behaviors across all of your social media accounts. So they look at your social media before they hire you. A lot of them look and see what you're posting is professional. And then also while you're in their company and you're the face of the company, they're also looking at your social media as well. Many companies might have policies even for social media. and you should be sure to follow and know the rules of your company around social media. So here's a good guideline. Before you post or comment, ask yourself these questions. Did I ask before being tagged? Did I ask before I was tagged? You could have harmless friends that tag you in something that might not be a good thing to be seen by someone in your company. Did I read before commenting or sharing? Also, this is more in your control than the tagged photo. Just think before you post. Is this the right medium for the message? So if you're getting ready to make a long-winded message on something, is it the right audience for it? Is it the appropriate place to post this? Are you being respectful of yourself, other people, your company, community, all of that? Would my boss or client be happy to see it? That's a really good one to think about. If the answer is no, maybe think twice about posting it. Be adaptable. That's another great professional behavior at work. There's a lot of change, things out of your control. By thinking ahead, you may be able to choose how you react to them. So to be adaptable, you can ask for support. So reach out for help as soon as possible to be better prepared to reduce stress. Maintain focus on what is within your control. So communicate with your coworkers and think through the opportunities. Keep things in perspective and recognize the value. So view the change as a chance to grow, both in your professional life and personal life. And then understanding your attitude towards change is the first step to being adaptable and will determine your success at accepting and managing it positively. So I think overall, being adaptable, you want to think a lot. If you're being adaptable, you want to take a step back and notice how this affects you, how you react to it. So in order to be adaptable, take time to think. And another good professional behavior is avoiding negativity. So we all, encounter negative situations at work, but you can learn how to avoid them. That won't harm your professional image. So continue to behave in a professional manner and maintain your own personal values as well as those of the company. So in order to avoid negativity, avoid acting rude, excluding others, having side conversations, holding grudges, or speaking in a language that is foreign to others, otherwise ignoring coworkers. So just make sure that you're watching your behavior. If you're unsure if a situation is negative or if it can turn negative, ask a supervisor or HR. So if you realize that you really need to improve your skills around negativity, it might be a good idea to take a conflict management course. If you can't take a course, I'm sure there's resources online that can help. I know that I know of a course that talks about conflict in the workplace, and I'd be happy to share it with you. Having a strong work ethic is a great professional behavior in the workplace. It means that you feel responsible for the work that you do and you want to do a good job. You have positive work habits that help you succeed at work, and you work hard to become a strong team member. For Back on My Feet, we ask a lot of you. We ask, going to the runs in the morning, meeting with me in the office, going to workshops, maintaining a certain attendance. You guys all have strong work ethic. It's possible. I've seen it before. Now it's bringing that to the workplace. So skills that you might need to develop a strong work ethic is being responsible, being dependable, being determined, and being accountable. A strong work ethic represents your ability to do the best job possible. Having a strong work ethic leads to greater opportunities and advancement in your career. And on the flip side, instead of avoiding negativity, it's great to have a positive attitude as a professional behavior in the workplace. So it can help you get a job done. Many companies strive to hire positive people because they're easier to train, easier to work with, and motivated to learn new skills. I'm sure that you've probably worked with someone who either had a negative energy about them, and it's hard to work with them. It's hard to be around them. So having a positive attitude is something that is definitely looked highly upon by companies. and it's just better to be around. So being positive is more than saying yes. It's saying yes to as much as you're able to and what makes sense, and it's to provide your help without complaint. But if you do have any trouble, make sure that you're talking to your supervisor to kind of talk this out. And talking to your supervisor is also being adaptable. So you're using another skill. Having a positive attitude means you're open to different opinions, which is so important when you're working with a group of people. You may not agree with someone's point of view. I mean, it's not really possible that a whole workplace can have people that are exactly alike. But show respect regardless of difference of opinions by actively listening and open receiving what's being said. It can help you, having an open mind can help you discover a wider variety of good and useful ideas. So 6 ways to improve your attitude is believing in yourself and expect success. That's kind of having like a positive attitude. Take a can-do approach, like, oh, I can get this done, or yeah, I'll do it, stuff like that. Looking at obstacles as opportunities, so that's again feeds into being adaptable. Looking at roadblocks in the way as opportunities to grow, as opportunities to learn more. Look for positive features in people and ideas. So that's having an open mind. It's always, great to do that, especially when you're working with other people. Associate with positive people. So surround yourself with good energy, people that build you up, people that see the positive. And I think that'll really help you in the end. And then another way to improve your attitude is to give thanks. Working with a lot of you guys in Back of My Feet, that is something that I am so just amazed to see. No matter what you guys have been through in your life, you give thanks. You're so grateful. It teaches me a lot, and I think that's a great way to improve your attitude. So I still got to work on that myself, but I commend all of you guys Back of My Feet for doing that. Being proactive is another great professional behavior to have at work. It means taking initiative. It'll help you gain independence and progress more quickly throughout your career. One way to be proactive is to make a list of tasks you need to do and actions you want to take. So being proactive is going for it. It's, doing something before someone asks you to do it. It's kind of thinking ahead, getting stuff done. Now, some ways to be proactive are to learn new skills, find better ways of doing things, anticipate issues that may come up at work, network and exchange ideas with people outside of your current project. You may be stuck on something or you just are kind of confused. It's great to communicate with people at work and say, get a difference of opinions. It's always helpful, and they might have something that could be interesting that you didn't think about. Accept change and have control of your emotions when faced with change. So act professional. All right, so we are done with this presentation. And as always, I have a homework assignment for you guys to complete. You can email me your answers. You can text me your answers. You can Facebook message me your answers, whatever way is helpful for you. So here's some questions, and I laid them out. If you've been paying attention to this presentation, or if you want to go back, rewind the video, you can find these answers very easily. So number 1, what are the 3 ways to learn about your company's culture? What are the 7 professional behaviors at work? What are 3 questions you should ask yourself before sharing on social media? And what are 4 skills needed to develop a strong work ethic? So let me stop sharing my screen. Awesome. As always, I should also mention that the homework is due on Tuesday, the 26th by 5 p.m. For you guys that have done the workshop, you always know I post on Friday. It's due Tuesday by 5 p.m. So just wanted to clarify that. I'll also post it so that if you miss it in this video, you can see it on the post. But always, thank you so much for, watching my videos. I really hope that you learned something, even though, many of us are not in the workplace right now, I think that learning a professional behavior is great once you go forward with interviews and get that job. I think this could be really helpful. Let me know if you have any technical difficulties or are having trouble answering the questions. I'd be happy to help. Have a great day, everyone.